What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to be doing another book review, and we're going to be talking about Grant Cardone's book, Sell or Be Sold. Welcome to this channel, guys. My name is Alan Jermillo, like I said before, and this is a fitness, health-based channel. I also love to do a lot of mindset things, and that's why I started this book review series. So through the last couple years, I've been able to develop my mind to a place where I'm a lot more confident than I was. I have a lot more discipline now than I did before, and I didn't have any habits built. I didn't have confidence. I didn't have all these things, and through reading books, it's completely changed my perspective on life in general. So I want to get back to you guys, and I want to be reviewing my top books through this entire series. So next on the list is Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Okay, so now if you guys do not know who Grant Cardone is, search him up on social media. I'm going to put all his links down below so you guys can check him out. But really what he's known for is being a very, very, very good salesman. Okay, now Grant comes from a background where he came from absolutely nothing, and now he's developed himself into a multi-millionaire, okay guys? So he's really big into real estate. He talks a lot about real estate and stuff like that, and he's just an overall powerhouse of a businessman, okay? And he also hosts a huge event called the 10X Growth Con, where basically the best of the best come and speak to a live event, and you just learn a bunch of stuff. It provides a ton of value and everything like that, and it's a world-renowned event. So that is pretty much about him. He's big on social media, guys. Make sure you guys check him out, and you guys can always expect to learn something from him. He gives away a ton of free value. 4 things I loved about this book, guys. 1 is that it's short. It's easy to read. The words are big, okay? I am not one of those people that likes to read little words. I do read some books that are like really lengthy and they're really meticulous about a lot of things. And they're really filled with a ton of words and everything like that. The words are small font, all that stuff. It looks horrible. But this book was a extremely easy read, and that's why I loved it. Another thing I liked about this book is the value that I got from it, okay? Usually books kind of have a storyline and stuff like that, and you can tell when one book is overloaded with value, and then you can tell when another book is just not, okay? And it all depends on what you know now as a person and what you're trying to do with the knowledge in this book. So for me, being an online fitness coach, I have sales calls that I have to go on. So this book is all about sales, all right? A lot of people think that sales is a bad thing, but you guys actually sell yourselves every single day when you're trying to convince people for a lot of different things, and that's what I'll talk about a little later. But overall, the value that I got from this book is the second best thing that I loved from it. Overall, the value that I got from this book is something that I really loved from it because it overdid it on value. Another thing I loved about this book is that it was a fun read, okay? It was energetic. When you read this book, you can actually you can feel Grant Cardone saying the words themselves, okay? Because he talks in this book exactly like he does in person. So it makes it really fun to read because you feel like there's not a monotone voice at all when Grant writes this book, because you actually feel like he's saying it to you straight to your face. Everything is written very well, and that's what I do really love about it, because it made it more fun to read. The last thing that I really liked about this book is the fact that it's really interactive. Now what I mean by that is that Grant Cardone actually put in places where he actually asked questions to the audience, and then it was your duty to kind of go in and fill out the question yourselves. And what I loved about that is that usually when people read a book or anything like that, they're not really quizzed on it if it's for fun. So this book was kind of different in the sense that he quizzed you on the things that you had to learn. And there was times where I forgot a bunch of things, and I had to go back and find it in the text and everything, and then highlight it, look it over, make sure it got inside my head, make sure I learned it, retained the information, all that stuff. And that's why I really liked this one, because I remember a ton of stuff that he talked about in here. The big picture theme of this book is very important, okay? You are selling yourself to everyone, okay? Everyone has a really bad connotation with salesmen and everything like that, but every single person on this planet is a salesman, okay? Whether you're trying to convince your mom to let you out and go with your friends, whether you're trying to convince someone that you're trying to do something, when you're trying to convince someone on the phone call or anything like that, it applies to everyone in life. When you were a kid and you asked your mom for this toy, you had to sell her on the idea that you actually wanted this toy so bad, okay? You're trying to persuade her, guys. That is called selling, okay? You're trying to sell yourself, whether you think or not. So the big picture for this book is that everyone is a salesman, and everyone should read this book for that reason, because if you know how to convince people, if you know how to exchange value, and you know how to speak about it in the right way, it provides a lot of value to your life. Now, my personal rating, guys, you already know what I'm going to give it. It's a 10 out of 10 book. Nothing bad came from reading this book. I never got bored reading it, and I always recommend this book to any single person that wants to get started in self-development and starting to learn about selling themselves. Now let's get into why I recommend this book. I kind of touched on it before, but now I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth. It is very important to be able to sell yourself, okay? If you walk up to someone and you have nothing really to say about yourself, if you don't know how to talk about yourself in the right way, people can get a really bad vibe from you, and they can also just be not convinced on anything that you are saying to them. Why you want to learn how to sell yourself is that so you can speak in the conviction like I'm speaking right now. So over reading these books and everything like that, I've developed a lot more conviction and a lot more discipline with a lot of things that I do, so I'm automatically more confident. I'm more comfortable in my own skin, and I like talking to people because I can get my message across. And that's why I recommend this book, guys. It helps further that, okay? Being able to talk to someone with conviction and power and enthusiasm is a very, very, very big thing that a lot of people struggle with. So I struggled with that for my entire childhood, guys. I know what it feels like. Reading these books, reading this book specifically, really did help me do that. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Now, the people that I would recommend this book to are 1 salesman to every single freaking person alive, okay? The reason for that is because, like I said before, you are selling yourself in everything that you do, okay? It is very important. Specifically, I would say that if you're wanting to get into self-development books, this is a really good place to start. It's not too much, okay? So some self-development books are a little bit more hardcore than others. This one is definitely a little bit more lenient in the sense that he goes about it in a very easy way, and that's why I think it would be good for a lot of people that want to get started in self-development, okay? So salesmen and self-development people, if you're looking to get into any of that, I would definitely recommend reading this book because it can teach you a lot about providing value to other people, sticking to your gut, knowing that your product is so important for the other person to have, having confidence in what you are providing for other people and selling to other people is a game changer, guys, and I highly recommend this book to anyone getting in sales or self-development. So guys, I want to wrap up this video. Overall, book was great. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more talks about books, self-development, anything like that, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate it, guys. Books have changed my life, and I want to inspire people to read more books. So it really does help you, and it really allows you to change your mindset, guys. And I want to be able to do that. So if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, please, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I will see you guys on the next one.